So it's been only a couple of days since the new God of War game has been released, and stats and reviews are already skyrocketing. The game looks so beautiful that those who own a PS4 want to get the game ASAP, and those who don't own a PS4 want to get a PS4 so bad that they are fighting for it. So this is me, the boss roaster, and today I bring you my pick for the 5 elements of the new God of War game that'll make you fall in love with it. Here we are. Graphics or animations are key components for today's game. Yes, a good storyline, a great combat system, and a better gameplay is an essential component for today's game. But who would play such a game in this point of time which has a bad graphics but a good storyline? I mean, I wouldn't, and this game, the new God of War, has passed every aspiration of fans and gamers around the world in a graphical point of view. Yes, we're in 2018 and every game looks awesome, but this game doesn't look only beautiful, it feels real. It feels like as if you are not only holding your controller and pressing some buttons to get your work done. It feels as if you are Kratos and you are slicing those creatures down as you move around the world. From standing still animations to intense battle scenes, the crew hasn't compromised a bit on the terms of graphics. And the close combat camera adds a perk to it, as it focuses on the shoulder of Kratos and gives us opportunity to see it from very real distance. It feels more beautiful and more realistic. And this brings my next pick for the cool elements of God of War. The game looks really realistic. There is another element within the game which takes its realism to a whole new level. The game crew have done something very different, something very new which was never done in the history of gaming before, that it could be the future of gaming in next few years. The camera perspective doesn't skip the camera anywhere any second on this game unless you die within the game, which makes the game more fun to play and more realistic to watch. It doesn't have the transition between the gameplays and cutscenes and the skipping scene moments, which makes us to believe that the game is shot in only one scene, which gives us opportunity to be with our favorite character Kratos each and every second of this game, taking us more close to him and his journey and leading us to believe that he is not only the character of this game but also a part of our life. This previous iteration of the game focused only on hack and slash aspect of the combat system and that raised Kratos, where we had to brainlessly go and press that attack button to get rid of our enemies. This game actually uses tactics. We have to think before we act in this game. Chaining the light and heavy attacks are really fun. Some attacks can be blocked, we have to parry them. Some attacks cannot be blocked, we have to evade them. Whether it be crowded small creatures or big bosses, planning before attacking really helps in this game. Cool, right? Yes. You should be thinking about those brutal attacks we had in the previous games of God of War. Yes, your cool and brutal combos do exist on this game, because without it, this wouldn't be a God of War game. And to addition to it, we have a new and revised Spartan raise, which is really awesome, but we have to feel the raise meter first in order to use it. And during the Spartan raise, we get our good old Kratos back, ready to pound some shit in the faces of those creatures, but it exists only for some seconds, so strategical planning is only way to beat this game, and it's really fun too. The weapon of choice of our protagonist have been exchanged with an axe, which is called the Leviathan axe, where previously he had the Blade of Chaos as the primary weapon. This new weapon is really cool weapon which adds an interesting memory to the game. Besides the normal hacking and slashing of monsters, it can be used as a ranged weapon, and Kratos can actually throw this weapon towards the enemies and call it back at his own will, more or less like Thor's hammer. And no, it does not have the lightning strike, if you're wondering, but it contains a frost element which can be used to freeze the opponents in place and deal with the other enemies at the same time. Regarding the fact that it can actually call itself back, I am led to believe that it was actually built from the metal scraps of Mjolnir that Hela broke in Thor Ragnarok. I know it sounds dumb, but just think about it.
You're unworthy!
Okay, let it be. Let's move on to the video. Kratos' son and his companion to the journey adds an interesting element to the storyline of this game. Some father-son moment even melts some of the rock-solid hearts. But he helps not only in the driven storyline, but also in the combat. Kratos can actually tell his son to aim his bow at the opponent and fire arrows at them. His near invulnerable nature makes him a great distraction for the enemies and creates an opening for Kratos to swing that Leviathan axe of his. But at the end, it was revealed that he was actually a giant, being his mother a giant, and this was actually Atreus' story rather than Kratos' story. She also put his name Loki. Feels confusing, right? So this was my pick for 5 cool elements of God of War. If you agree with my list, let me know in the comments below. If you don't agree with me, Let me know in the comments below what you don't agree and what should be revised in this list. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, and for more great contents, please subscribe to my channel.